Welcome back to Record Rift, where we tear through history's pages to reveal the moments that shaped our world. Today, we're diving into the spring of 1815, when Napoleon Bonaparte, exiled and defeated, staged a daring escape from Elba and ignited a whirlwind that shook Europe. Picture a lone ship slipping through the night, a fallen emperor rallying armies with his charisma, and a continent racing to crush him before he could reclaim his throne. The 100 Days wasn't just a comeback. It was a final, explosive chapter in the Napoleonic saga. How did Napoleon seize power again? Why did it end in disaster? Join us as we explore the 100 Days, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and a world forever changed. Let's march into history. In April 1814, Napoleon Bonaparte, once master of Europe, was a broken man. After his disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812 and defeats in the War of the Sixth Coalition, he abdicated under the Treaty of Fontainebleau, exiled to Elba, a tiny island off Italy's coast. The Bourbon monarchy was restored with King Louis XVIII, a frail, unpopular figure whose return alienated many. France, weary from decades of war, faced economic hardship and resentment over the restored noble's arrogance. Napoleon, confined to Elba, heard whispers of discontent. Separated from his wife, Marie-Louise, and son, denied his promised pension, and fearing banishment to a remote Atlantic island, he saw opportunity. On February 26, 1815, he escaped with 1,000 loyal men, landing at Golfewan on March 1, beginning an audacious bid to reclaim his empire. Napoleon's march to Paris was a triumph of charisma. With just a small force, he relied on his legend to rally support. The 5th Regiment, sent to arrest him near Grenoble, defected after he declared, "Here I am. Kill your emperor if you wish," met with cries of "Vive l'Empereur." Marshal Michel Ney, who had sworn to cage Napoleon for Louis XVIII, kissed his former leader and joined him with 6,000 men. By March 20, Napoleon entered Paris without firing a shot, as Louis XVIII fled to Ghent. To win over a disillusioned public, Napoleon issued the Charter of 1815, crafted by Benjamin Constant, promising liberal reforms like expanded voting rights. Approved by a plebiscite on June 1, it rallied former opponents, but time was short. The Allies at the Congress of Vienna had declared him an outlaw on March 13, forming the 7th Coalition to crush him. The 100 Days culminated in the Waterloo campaign. Napoleon, commanding 123,000 veterans and 358 cannons, faced 130,000 Prussians under Field Marshal Blücher and 100,000 Anglo-Dutch troops under the Duke of Wellington in Belgium. His strategy was to strike fast, dividing the Allies before they could unite. On June 16, he defeated Blücher at Ligny but failed to destroy his army, while Ney's inconclusive clash with Wellington at Quatre Bras wasted troops. On June 18, at Waterloo, Napoleon's frontal assaults and artillery barrages battered Wellington's lines, but poor coordination, Ney's reckless cavalry charges and Napoleon's refusal to reinforce key moments, doomed the effort. Blücher's timely arrival, after Marshal Grouchy failed to intercept the Prussians, shattered French morale. The battle left 37,000 French and 22,000 Allied casualties. Napoleon fled as his army collapsed. Defeated, Napoleon returned to Paris, but his support crumbled. On June 22, he abdicated again, hoping to flee to the United States. British naval blockades at Rochefort stopped him, and on July 15 he surrendered to Captain Frederick Maitland on HMS Bellerophon. The Allies, determined to end his threat, exiled him to St. Helena, a remote South Atlantic island, where he died in 1821. Louis XVIII was restored on July 8, ending the 100 Days after 110 days. Minor skirmishes, like the French victory at Rocancourt and defeat at Issy, marked the final resistance, but Napoleon's dream was over. The Congress of Vienna resumed, redrawing Europe to contain France, while the Bourbon Restoration tightened its grip, though liberal reforms lingered. The 100 Days reshaped Europe and the world. It marked the final act of the Napoleonic Wars, cementing Britain's rise as a global power and Prussia's growing influence. The Congress of Vienna's conservative order, prioritizing stability, shaped Europe for decades, though it sowed seeds of future revolutions. France, exhausted, faced a long recovery, its revolutionary ideals tempered but not extinguished. Napoleon's brief return galvanized liberal movements, with his Charter of 1815 inspiring calls for reform. Culturally, the period fueled art and literature, from Jacques-Louis David's paintings to Victor Hugo's reflections, capturing Napoleon's enduring myth as both hero and tyrant. The legacy of the 100 Days endures as a testament to Napoleon's charisma and ambition, but also his fatal flaws. His escape electrified Europe, proving one man could challenge a continent, yet Waterloo exposed the limits of his genius against unified opposition. Today, sites like Waterloo's battlefield and St. Helena's relics draw visitors, while the term 100 Days symbolizes dramatic, fleeting comebacks. The period reminds us that even fallen giants can stir the world, but unity and preparation can topple them. The 100 Days wasn't just Napoleon's last gamble, it was a pivot that closed an era and opened a new one, shaping modern Europe. That's the electrifying saga of Napoleon's 100 Days, a fleeting return that shook Europe to its core. What do you think? Could Napoleon have won at Waterloo, or was his defeat inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us what epic moment you want us to explore next on Record Rift. If this journey through 1815 gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our quest through history. Until next time, keep uncovering the rifts that shape our past. This is Record Rift, signing off.